Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Absolute WSL and Women's Championship Show. Thank you all for joining us. Mark, you said good evening about 10 minutes ago, and it scared the life out of me that I was late, but welcome, good evening. Emma says good evening, and she's excited for some talk of our friend Donna this evening. Now, Izzy, so Donna, not a real Donna, as Rosie found out not too long ago. Rosie, what did you just find out?
That Soccer Donna isn't a woman called Donna.
You know what? Yeah, because I was under that impression too, to be honest.
So yeah, we just had a laugh that there was just a woman called Donna in a room that was like a speed dial to every club.
We just told her things.
We're out.
That's brilliant, to be fair.
Oh, we absolutely loved it. Graham's on this evening. Good evening. And he says, welcome to Izzy. And Chloe, the lovely other Chloe that we usually have as part of our team, is on holiday in Scarborough. Very nice. And we had a laugh that Donna and her sister Kebab were in a room together, just kind of vibing. Kebab brings the snacks, Donna just transfer news. With all of this, as you can tell, we're a very serious football podcast, Izzy.
My favourite kind.
But yeah, now everyone in the chat, good evening. So you will have noticed we have a new face with us this evening. So Izzy, warm welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming on. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I was a bit scared when you messaged me telling me all the things we're going to talk about. I feel like I'm going to get roasted at some point. But apart from that, I'm excited to be here.
It's all in jest, don't worry. And I received my fair share of it as well, so it's all good. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Chloe Bear, back from holidays in Spain. How are you doing?
I am. I'm good. Quite sad to be back. Can't lie. Was absolutely loving living up in the Spanish sun. But I'm really good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm offended you didn't bring me a crocodile back.
Yeah, we went to a crocodile park, which was It was a lot of fun. It was really. They're absolutely massive. It was great.
I think you kind of take it for granted, like you don't realize how big they are. Anyone who was watching the pod a few weeks ago when I was like, horses are big, right? I don't think you realize how big certain animals are until you're next to them.
No, we didn't realize. We thought they would be they were tiny little ones at first. We were like, oh, they're actually not that big. And then you walked to the inside enclosure and they were massive. I was like, yeah, okay, that is quite big.
I can't say that's what I would do on my holiday, to be fair. I think that would scare me, to be honest.
There's different types of holidays abroad. Rosie, lovely to see you again. Would you go to a crocodile farm? Crocodile farm? No, wrong thing. Crocodile park on your holidays.
That sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm back in my normal location now. I was dog sitting and then visiting family, but I'm back at home.
You sound really thrilled to
buzzing. Yeah.
As you can tell.
That's great.
Now, I thought I'd mix it up and change my background tonight because, excuse me, I don't know what happened there. Alien took over. We are redecorating and I look like I'm in the middle of a bomb site. So I thought, nice bit of sunshine, nice bit of reminiscing back in the summer. Summer of football, because I'm really, really missing it. Now, everyone in the chat who's joining us, thank you very much. Good evening to Johnny. Emma says, don't worry, I get roasted every week. She does, Izzy, she does. Every single week. Graham says, exactly. Graham says, if you don't get roasted, have you ever been on the podcast? Absolutely not. Good evening to Emily. Welcome back. Yeah, when we were all back in the sun. And we loved it. Even though it is August, it feels like we've had, a couple of sunny days, and then it's going to be gone again, annoyingly. However, that does mean the football season is nearly upon us, and I'm very, very excited. Now, what I thought we could do, first of all, Izzy, is just kind of have a little chat about you and about the Sportess. So kind of tell us how, what is it, first of all, how it all came about, and kind of what your ultimate goal is within women's sports.
Oh, big load of questions there, but yeah, no, fair. So for those of you who don't know, I run an account called The Sportess, and it was like created just out of pure frustration and boredom, I think, for the way that women's sport is showcased on the media, especially from the UK perspective. I just felt that there was nothing that embraced like that cheeky side of the humour, the fun element, like the kind of the elements that I'm interested in. Particularly, I kind of wanted to make an account that I enjoyed, and as doing that now, it's just absolutely gone wild. And kind of, I'm absolutely blown away by the success we've had of it. We're out to about 50,000 followers across everything, and I'm kind of blown away by it. But I love it. It's complete and utter passion project. Sport has been in my blood ever since I was a child with an older brother. I'm sure some of us all know that feeling. So from being stuck in the goal when he used to shoot at me, from that age onwards, I've just loved it. So I'm trying to build this as much as I can to just change the way that everyone views women's sport.
Oh, I love that. So is it women's sport kind of across the board? You kind of tackle everything, get everything involved?
Yeah, so we originally started with just a few. Obviously, football being a massive one, test and learnt a lot. And now with the Olympics, it just kind of felt like the right time to go wild, because I've learnt so much about things like archery and judo that you never would have thought you knew. So, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Now, a question we had last week on the pod, we all had to think about a sport. You probably saw it going, making the rounds on the internet. Which sport you think, with a little bit of training, what you wouldn't maybe medal in, but you wouldn't embarrass yourself? So what kind of sport do you think that you could have a fair go at? What do you think?
Well, well, to be fair, because the LA one is coming up and they're actually bringing in cricket, and I am a cricketer, I would say cricket. But
there we go.
I have seemingly retired from cricket, so it's not gone well recently. So maybe if I went back into it, who knew?
No, I love that one. Rosie, what was your answer? Because it was, I think, the best one that we had.
Shooting.
Everyone says that.
That's valid. You don't have to run.
Did you see the poll that came out?
Yeah, you don't have to be good. You can kind of just shoot, and then
Wait, so just that guy that just turned up, no specialist equipment, just like, yep, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna win a medal.
Maybe near defenders, because ouch.
But one bit of equipment. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's more than you had last week. So it's all good.
There was a poll that came out at the end of it. I think it was like a YouGov poll, and it was like a quarter of Brits think that they could make it into the next Olympics if they start training now. And it was like shooting and archery were the highest ones, and then it was like some of them it was like, oh yeah, I could do the 100-meter sprint. I was like, I'm sorry. What? Like, which kind of average, like middle-aged person thinks that they're just going to walk into the 100-meter final?
I'm not going for that one.
See, you're laughing. My wife said that. She went, yeah, I could do the 100-meter sprint.
But if you don't have to be good at it, then fine. Because I can probably run 100 meters. Not in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Give us an hour. I can get around the track.
They need the average Joe lane, I think, like a Hunger Games where you randomly get selected and you have to go and be in it. Like, imagine like being the swimming. Like, I would probably drown, but it would be hilarious.
Look at how fast these people are when actually, Donna's been there for 10 days trying to do.
Yeah, literally. I think that's what they need, because we all live in this false sense. Like, even some of that breakdancing, I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I could, but you can't.
The Australian one.
I was going to say, I think we could all have a go at the Australian one. I think. I could be a kangaroo. That's fine.
Get out a good, the sprinkler and be sorted.
Yeah, I just absolutely go for it. Yeah, but no, we have absolutely loved the Olympics, and funnily enough, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. So just come back to the chat slightly. We've got the lovely Sam on. It says, Izzy, welcome to the show, and of course, Freya, Chloe, and Rosie are legends too. Thank you very much, Sam. Pay that $5 later. Yeah, Emma says that's amazing. Is he giving women's sport the representation it needs? Yes, absolutely. Graham's put Rosie. There is no way competitive Rosie would just turn up and shoot. No, there would be lessons hidden in secret to turn up and do it. Now, let's have a little look. We love it when everyone gets involved in the chat, by the way, so please do continue to do so. And the question this evening for everyone having a think about it, we all said, okay, have a think about all of the kit releases for the 24-25 season and which one is your favorite, but it can't be your own club. Okay, so we're going to do that at the end of the show. So even on the chat and on the show, if you haven't had a think about it, now's your time. And everyone in the chat as well, you can have a think about that too. And you can let us know at the end when we talk about it. So let's talk about the Olympics, shall we? Now, it was kind of, I don't know what everyone else thought, but it felt a bit anticlimactic, the football right at the end. We won't talk about the closing ceremony because that was just a whole different kettle of fish, but we'll stick to the football. Now, so shall we start with the gold medal match then? So this was the USA versus Brazil. Now, we all said on the pod last week that we really wanted Brazil to win for Marta, for this kind of one last push to get gold and to really, really go for it. Now, Rosie, as our resident Chelsea supporter, and of course, Emma Hayes, we've talked about her a lot. What would this match and kind of that result have meant to her? Because she's been in charge 74 days and she's got an Olympic gold medal. What?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I mean, I expected it.
Of course.
Emma Hayes, she comes in and she'll say, right, you lot have not been performing, we're going to change that. And she'll have plans and ideas, and every player individually she'll have to speak to, and I don't know, but yeah, I fully expected it. It doesn't matter how long she's got. She's Emma Hayes. I mean, she could have like 5 hours and I'd expect her to win.
All of that. Having that kind of level of support and belief in a manager just shows, even though she's left, it's still like, no, she can get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even a Chelsea fan, and I have belief in her, which kind of hurt me to my core because I really wanted Brazil to win, but I was like, oh, Emma.
No, me too. I wanted Brazil to win, but I didn't really expect it. I kind of knew that Emma Hayes would take control of that one.
Yeah, it was very much it was a head versus heart situation, wasn't it? Kind of the head probably says, yeah, the USA is going to slightly edge it. The heart is going for Marta and the gold. However, there was a moment, wasn't there? So Mallory Swanson got the goal, of course. It was just 1-0, hardly anything in it. And it was inches away from being offside. Now, Izzy, do you think if that had been classed as offside, maybe Brazil might have had a bit more of a spark in them to maybe fix it? Or do you think it was always going to be the USA, kind of from what you've seen of them in this tournament?
I think that the whole way through the tournament, the USA finished the strongest out of every single team. And I think that Brazil needed to do it early if they were going to do it, in my humble opinion, because like the way that they came out against Spain was just like fierce, but against USA, it felt like a completely different side almost. I feel like they needed to go for the attack from the off, and they didn't. So,
yeah, I was expecting the Brazil that kind of turned up against Spain and really went for it and proper went ragged. But again, in this tournament, you've hardly got any kind of rest and recovery, have you? It's very full on. So maybe they kind of went into it thinking, we're getting a silver. Like, we'll go for it. But at the end of the day, we are getting a silver from that one. Chloe, what did you think of that match and kind of how it all played out? Any standout moments for you?
I mean, I quite enjoyed the match. I thought it was really good. Like everyone else, I was fully rooting for Brazil and Marta. I was like, just get the gold, because Marta has won silver twice at the Olympics, and we all wanted to get that gold. We were like, oh, come on, get the gold. I thought at one point they were gonna equalize and then go to extra time. I was like, oh, this is getting. I was also watching it in a pub in Spain. God, just sad. So it was like one of those weird things. I was trying to watch it in Spain, and I was like, oh, it was. I just really enjoyed it, and I just really wanted Brazil to get it.
And again, it was that moment of, all right, okay, USA have got it again. They've got it. So, Chloe, does that mean that you watched the Spain game in Spain as well?
I did watch the Spain game in Spain with Spanish fans.
And how did that go down? So let's transition quite smoothly and quite seamlessly into the bronze medal match then. So this was Spain versus Germany. I think after the World Cup, everyone maybe thought Spain would have got at least into that final to compete for the gold medal. Rosie's shaking her head. Go on then, Rosie, why not?
Downfall. I had to watch that match in a Spanish pub. Spain versus England. World Cup final.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You don't recover from that.
I mean, I barely recovered from watching it in London, so God knows how you did.
Was this payback that you think that Spain didn't actually get into that final match, and then they had to go for the bronze medal?
Yeah.
No, I want more. I need England to beat them at some point in anything. I'll take basketball, hockey, any sport at this point.
Yeah, they've been beating us in everything.
Everything, even the hockey. I was like, oh, give it a rest, Spain, please, for my soul.
It's like something. Can we just train people that maybe Spain don't even put a team in for? Like, so just get that element, and then we've got the element of surprise when, if and when they do finally go in. Now, this game as well was also 1-0. Now, we talked last week about unpopular opinions, and mine was that Katakoi should not be Spain's number one. And what does she go and do? She gives away a penalty. Can we just have a why? Why? Chloe, talk to me about Katakoi. What was she thinking?
I wish I knew. I really wish I knew what was going on in her head in that moment, because I think everyone collectively did a what?
It's like we all know shithousery goes on in the game. She didn't even pretend to like body slam her getting the ball. She didn't even move her hands. She didn't do it. She just went shoulder first. Like, she was quite lucky that wasn't a red, to be fair, because yeah. So Julia Gwynn gets up, dusts herself off, and she's like, right, I'm having you. And she converts and goes to 1-0. Now, Izzy, what did you think maybe kind of about Spain in this tournament? So we know Rosie's thoughts, but did you think they looked like the Spain we expected? And what do you think maybe has kind of maybe gone wrong for them? Because they weren't themselves, were they?
No, I mean, I don't think the schedule's helping at all. I'm secretly so thankful that Team GB weren't in it, because they've been off partying in Ibiza. They've had a great time. Like, they don't need, they needed a rest, and they've got that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of them looked absolutely wrecked, and I didn't agree with lots of the like decisions from the coach as well. I don't know why she brought on the best player, literally Alexia, like in the last 10 minutes of each game. Like, I know she's an impact player and you probably all this, but I don't know. It just felt like when she came on in that game, when they lost, she had the most chances in this like 10 minutes she was on the pitch, and it was like, surely that there's got to be something wrong there with the decision to not bring her on earlier. But
yeah, no, absolutely. Because we said that last week. We were like, look, she had, like you said, the most, goal scoring, created the most chances in like the 10, 15 minutes she was on. And it's like, if you've got a player like that and you're trying to get to a final, you put that player on. Like, even if it's at half time she comes on, if she's not fit enough for a full game, like, you give her that time to make an impact, because the best player in the world kind of needs a few minutes to kind of adjust to the pace of the game and to kind of go for it.
100%. They just look sloppy. I think they just look sloppy on the ball. I think that was the tiredness. Like, I've never seen them have, I think, as heavy touches and like just lose the ball in the way that they did. Like, and I think that is just pure like fair play. Like the heat as well, absolutely knackered. So
yeah, absolutely. Because I had a few friends who were over there and they were like, we're in the shade of the stadium and we're sweltering. Like, we're having to like go and get so many bottles of water and so many breaks. And you just think about you having to play to your best in those extreme heat. And you think LA in 2028, the heat in LA is going to be, they're going to have to do like evening matches, aren't they? Because they can't do it during the day, surely. Because of,
I mean, I'm a ginger and I'm terrified.
In LA, if they're evening matches, does that mean we can watch them?
Ooh, probably.
That will be
No,
8 hours. No,
no,
not the opposite for us.
No, we'd be sleeping.
So
we need them to spend the morning.
Yeah.
Early in the morning. We'll do that. We'll put a petition in to the Olympic Committee in LA. Also, right, for UK viewers who will appreciate this tournament, can you just...
That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 a.m.'s fine. Yeah, we can get up there.
Or we just all go out, you know, a little tour out to LA.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, pod onto it. Let's go. We can live stream. See, this is why we have the chat. Graham, thank you very much. We are 8 hours ahead. So yeah, we can
perfect plan, then. It's like
we can work it out. I think we've got 4 years. We've got 4 years to plan it.
I mean,
we can have a go. It
all depends as well if we make it through to the next one. If we play Scotland again, who knows? So
well, so we had a mini quiz last week, Izzy, and one of them was how many times have Team GB actually been to the Olympics? And it's only twice, because no one can decide who was the host country and who's gonna. And it's like, it might get to a point where I know we're Team GB, but for the football, maybe could it be England and Northern Ireland, Scotland? Would it be worth separating it, because no one can agree on what to do?
They're trying. They're doing. The men have also started a bid as well for the first time as Team GB. So because they haven't been involved for years in the Olympics, because they are a lot worse. I think as well it's interesting the fact that lots of the men's side of the football don't take the Olympics as seriously, which I think is a real shame. I think one thing I loved about being able to watch the Olympic football was all the stars were there for the women, and I loved that. Yeah. So I'll be interested to see what happens, but I think it will always have to be Team GB to be fair. So let's hope they can make some sort of agreement up.
Yeah, hopefully they can actually all come together and go, okay, because we're going to do this for the country and we want a medal. Let's all come together and do it. I will say, though, about social media, one thing that has made me laugh quite a lot. Has anyone seen the account Monse Tome's Diary on Twitter? Yeah. That has made me cackle more than anything. So essentially, for those who don't know, Monse Tome, the Spanish manager, she's on the sidelines with her notepad. And it looks like she's always writing diary entries to herself. And the best one was one about Misa and one about Kata, and it was something like, "Dear diary, Misa looked at me really longingly earlier today, begging for a chance. To be honest, I forgot she was here." And it's just, yeah, that's it. Like, she's forgotten to use players that can be impact players. She's not technically, things are going really, really wrong. And again, playing her favourites and not mixing it up. But yeah, if anyone wants to laugh, please go and follow that account, because it proper cracked me up.
Sounds like my cup of tea. That I need to go follow it. It sounds brilliant.
Okay. I'll send it to you. So you don't miss it. I'm just looking back because Sapphire. So Sapphire's put Kata Koya is Spain's best keeper by far. Maybe it's because she's young and lacking international experience. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, possibly, because she was out with injury for a while as well. So maybe that's had a knock on her confidence. But the point I made last week, and again, everyone, please feel free to disagree. Because she plays for Barcelona, and I had the stats, didn't I? Because she's got such a good defense in front of her. I think there were 17 shots against her on target, and she saved 14 of them, because the quality of the shot just isn't getting through. So it's that lack of practice during the league, and then lack of practice internationally as well. Whereas I said Misa plays for Real Madrid, and she does, her stats compared, I mean, they look worse on paper, but actually the amount of pressure she's under and the amount of attacks and shots on target that she gets, personally, personally. I thought she maybe could have been more suited to that. But again, if you don't rotate, how are you going to know? But that was my hill I will die on, and thank you.
Well, it's like the tweet that I saw that was like, Kat is having a tough time because she's got no Lucy Bronze in front of her this time.
Yeah. And it's true. But yeah, when Spain's defence looks rocky, then you know something's going a bit wrong. However, can we just talk a minute about Ann-Katrin Berger, please? Because, I mean, one, what a woman. Two, she should have been player of that tournament. She was phenomenal, wasn't she? And just the way that Spain could have come back into it. What was it, the 97th minute they get a penalty? And she just stands there, cool, calm, and collected. And she's like, no, you're not taking this bronze off me. Rosie, talk to us again from watching her at Chelsea for many years, then watching on the international stage. Just how good is she for people who may not know?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I think it's the best thing that she left Chelsea because we have so many keepers, right? And she wasn't being used. And you can see just how much she's sort of come into her role in the national team and just showcased also her personality a bit more. I feel like we've gotten to know her at Gotham. And yeah, I mean, at Chelsea, she was just the sort of solid keeper that you could always rely on. And it's, penalty in the Champions League, doesn't matter. We've got Ann-Katrin. You know, it's like just sort of there to just calm me down a little bit. And that's definitely what she's done for Germany in this tournament.
Oh, definitely. And I think everyone, as soon as she saved that penalty, because when Alexia steps up, you're like, okay, game over. But no, she wasn't having it. Izzy, what do you reckon about kind of her legacy, her impact in that team?
She is an absolute legend. And I have now a massive soft spot for her because she followed our account the other day. So I had a massive moment of pure, like, and fangirling for about an hour. But I think her entire career has just been, like, I think she's just been so unlucky. Like, she's clearly incredibly talented, but obviously she's beaten cancer twice. She's only actually played, I think it was like 16 games at the start of the tournament for Germany. And I was like, that's crazy because she's 33. So at international stage to only have that many games was kind of mad to realise. And the control and composure she had, I was like, that's great. Like, that is absolute, like, dominance. You can tell that I just feel so happy that she's gone through all of this and she's now kind of coming through to be able to have these glory years in essence. And I completely agree with you, Rosie, that I think her going off to the States is probably the best thing. I mean, tough for you, especially with Jess going as well. But I mean, I'm living for their relationship online even more than I ever was now.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Just, again, how open they are and just, like, how in love they are. It's like, yeah, keep doing it. Keep going. But, yeah, I absolutely love that she's followed her out there with that one.
Yeah. As an Arsenal fan, I do. No, joking.
One less defender to worry about. It's all right. It's all right, though, Rosie, because Chelsea's got, like, 20 defenders and, like, just hoarding the rest of the players.
Yeah. One line out, another one in. So it's not too tough, is it?
Speaking of Chelsea, though, Sonia Bonpastor did her first interview, and she seems very, very confident, very cool, calm, and collected about the upcoming season. And it's just going to be, I'm really excited for the season. And we'll talk about it a bit more in a minute when we talk about transfers. But I think, I don't know, it's got a different feel about it this season. I don't know what it is. There's just something's building. And I'm very ready for it. Now, just one last thing about the Olympics then. So Sophie Downey, who's from Girls on the Ball, she wrote an article in The Guardian, and it was entitled, "Women's Football at the Olympics is not working and it needs to change." So I know we touched upon this earlier, but just a few more stats. So the teams played 6 games in 17 days. Okay. The USA played 2 whole periods of extra time to get to the final, whereas although Brazil didn't ever go past the 90, they had just as much injury time added on. And of course, in an 18-player squad plus 4 reserves in the very humid French weather, as we said. What do we think the future of women's football in the Olympics looks like? Because something does need to change, doesn't it? Chloe, what do you think? What needs to change to make it more viable? Because we saw how shattered they all were.
I think a big thing would be kind of, like having a little bit more rest time in between games. I mean, I know it's probably impossible given that the Olympics is literally only 2 weeks and there's a lot to cram in 2 weeks, but it's really difficult for players to be able to recover in that amount of time. And you can really tell that because there was so many injuries that happened within games. There was so much time added on. Like you said, the USA went into extra time like twice, and they look like they didn't want to be there at the end, which isn't what you want in a major tournament. You want your players to be excited, like it's the Olympics, the chance of winning an Olympic. How many people can say they've got an Olympic medal? Like it could be like a once in a lifetime thing to be able to go to it. Well, it's not, because you've seen other players go multiple times, but you get the gist. Like it's an incredible opportunity, and because it's so short of a tournament, it's so much to cram in, and they probably don't have that time to rest and recover before they're back out on the pitch. Because it was like the USA had barely even had a day to recover before they had to go back for the final. It was like, what? They've literally had no time.
Yeah, even as like elite athletes, it's going to be, really, really tough on them. Izzy, do you reckon a bigger squad could maybe be the answer to that moving forward?
Oh, maybe, but I think cut the extra time, to be honest. There needs to be I think straight to pens if it's going to go.
Straight to pens.
I think that why are we having 90 minutes of extra time when they've got like 6-7 matches? It's just, are you calling for like more injuries in the women's game? It was madness to watch, to be honest. I think if we're going to have all this hot weather, which we are because we've got places like LA coming up, cooling breaks needed, but don't take them out of extra time. Just make them cut the game 5-10 minutes. See what happens. I think they've got to be realistic with the extra time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Rosie, do you agree? Anything else they could do to maybe change it?
Yeah, I mean, straight to pens is a good one. And then also maybe just cut the group stages. If you just have maybe round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. And then it makes it a little bit easier. But if you've already qualified, kind of, you don't really need a group stage. And then you have fewer matches to fit in. And it's still maybe 4, which is quite a lot, but it's not as many.
Would you do it random, or would you have it like based on world rankings?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't really know.
Just everyone's a wild card, put everyone in the pot, and you just pick out like.
I think you do it random because you kind of do.
Random teams, yeah.
I'd be fuming. I'd be like, it's rigged. Team GB are going to get Spain and we're going to be out in the first round. Done.
I mean, there are obviously some issues with it. But I think it's a lot better than having a group stage.
Yeah.
Because there's no point. I don't get it.
Oh, if they could randomize it in a way that, you could get, I don't know, St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus France. I mean, that would be great. Because when would you ever have that match? Ever. Like, it just wouldn't exist. Because some people have also talked about making it maybe like a youth tournament instead. So your senior players get some time off and then the youth ones get international experience. Izzy, I can tell you're really, really supportive of that notion.
I'm just like, it's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. Like, I disagree with what the men have done by like not putting forward their senior players. All it does is showcasing that they're not valuing like playing for their country at this level for an Olympic medal. I get it if you're not supportive of Team GB. I get there's some issues there, but that need to be fixed. I don't have the answer for that, but I think it's the Olympics, exactly as Chloe said, how many people can say they're going to have an Olympic medal? I would love one, but, I should...
Again, we've got 4 years. We can get training. That's
put me in goal. See what happens.
Yeah. I was going to say, because Chloe, what did you say again? Were you rugby sevens?
Yeah, I said rugby sevens.
Rugby sevens.
Yeah.
And I said canoe slalom. So I think, give us a couple of years. I'll have a few runs down the water park in Nottingham, and it'll be fun.
Canoe slalom. Did you see the one where they do the drop?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It's ridiculous. So it's basically like a fight 4v like down this course.
Right.
I turned loving it because I had it on all the time, and it just randomly came on. And from that point, I was obsessed. They literally get thrown off maybe like a 7-foot ramp. They go down. You have to do an assault course. It's like 4v4. They have to go like under a barrier, like under the water.
You had to roll under it, didn't you? Yeah.
And get to the end. I was like, that looks terrifyingly fun.
So entertaining though. Like I was watching the entire time going, so good.
They are fearless. Like they were like, it was literally like the Hunger Games of a sport. I was like, how? This is the closest we'll get to the ancient Olympics, I think, that sport. It's mad.
It's just when there's like that moment where you're like, there's 4 of you. How are you going to get up that one gate? Like, how are you going to get back upstream to go through that one thing? And then there's penalties, and you're like, oh, like this has gone on for like, what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe? And you've had these intense emotions following these athletes. And
you know what? If they draw in the football, just make them go down. They have to volunteer, one person each from each team. Make them go down that and see who wins.
Who would you nominate?
Probably Millie Bright or
Millie Bright.
She's so down for that as well.
She would get down that. She would come first no matter what. I'd back her.
She'd love it.
Millie Bright, maybe Wendy Renard. She'd be good. Long arms. Go for it. Oh, we're going to have to do that. Right. In the chat, who would you pick from each country to battle it out in the canoe slalom? Sophie, we are... Oh, it's just after 9 o'clock. That's fine. We can have that comment. That's okay. Thank you very much. Well, that one, I'm not going to read it out, so it's fine. So everyone can read it on the page. But... Sophie, you okay? Millie Bright's doing the dressage.
She is a horse girl, to be fair.
Just doing the horse dance.
That was so really this one where they just dance around. Oh, yeah. I didn't get that one because they're the ones that you have to jump over.
Yeah.
There's the one where they're just kind of doing that.
Yeah, but did you not love watching the horse Jaeger bomb dance the sex bomb? Because I did. That was one of the highlights of my Olympics.
It was been watching something for hours and you're like, how have I not? Why am I still in this rabbit hole of this sport? Like, what is going on? Especially when you don't know how things are scored either, and you're just like, yeah, that was really good. Oh, she should have got higher. They didn't do that as well as the other one. What?
Everyone became experts in everything.
Yeah.
Oh, legit.
As we were saying, that was awful.
Can't believe she fell off that beam.
It's always on the diving as well. Too much splashback in that entry. Too much. That won't get a 9. Emma's put in the chat. Rich Daly, yeah, she'd have a good run down the canoe slalom. And Kirsty Hansen, yep, I can see you battling out there.
Doesn't play for us anymore.
To be fair, McCabe.
Oh, she'd hit everyone with the oars.
She'd win. But she'd win.
Katie McCabe versus Millie Bright.
Yes. I was going to say, McCabe would get down first, but she'd have all of the penalties because she'd be like, I'm not going through that gate. I just need to get there first.
Not good underwater.
No. If the maths, then you know what? I'll do it.
Oh, we need to make that happen now. Bright versus McCabe and the canoe slalom.
Right. We'll clip this up and we'll tag them and be like, right, guys.
Please.
We know you're not going to extreme sports and get injured, however.
All the money can go to charity. We'll raise a fair bit.
Exactly.
Everyone will watch it because, let's be honest, it will be iconic.
Just get on the Thames. You don't need a fancy course. Just go down the road.
I'm not sure I survive in the Thames. Not sure anyone will.
Did you see all of the athletes who were ill because they went in the Seine? Like, no.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I like how the first people to go in, they cancelled the men try for 3 days in a row. And then it came to the women's try, and they were like, yeah, go on, the women.
You go first, see if you're all right.
Yeah, well, good luck.
The men waiting on the side, like, they allow have they come back?
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. I think we've created our own Olympics. I'd watch that. I'd sponsor it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Right, everyone in the chat, come on. We'll get some athletes ready for. We could be like the alternative Olympics, couldn't we? So we could like get everything sorted, live stream it all. Sorted.
I would like to see everyone playing The Floor is Lava.
Yes.
Wow.
That'd be fun.
That'd be incredible. With like the big inflatables, like on Total Wipeout, and you could just crash from like one thing to another.
Yeah, but you can push each other off.
It's like, what's the rules for this game? There aren't any. Just go.
Good luck.
Yeah. If you're still standing at the end, well done. Oh, I love it. Oh, we need to get that done. We really, really do. It feels a bit weird now going to transfer news when we're having such a good time on that one. But let's do it, shall we? So transfer news. Usually on a Wednesday, this is when clubs go, hey, there's a podcast on tonight. Let's release all of our new signings. And we weren't disappointed. We had a couple earlier. So we'll kind of go in age order. The big one, and I think the one that confused most people, was Newcastle United are rumoured to have gone for Nikita Paris. Now, I mean, fair play to them for having a go. Chloe, do you think that'll happen?
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because Nikita Paris has been rumoured a couple of times to be leaving.
Yeah.
And I think she will. I think she might go to Newcastle. I think she'll get more opportunities there, and I think she'll actually enjoy it a bit more. But also, I don't know if she will, because she seems, in a way, she seems content at United. Because she turned down a move last season to win, to win the cup with them. So it's just a case of it's just a case of, will she actually decide to take the leap and move elsewhere?
Yeah, what is she going to value kind of next? Kind of what's the next move going to be? Izzy, what do you reckon? Because I laughed when I heard that, to be honest. So what do you think?
I don't know. I think what Newcastle are doing is special. I think they're putting a lot of time and money into the club, and I think a lot of players who are nearing maybe towards the end of their career or have soft spots for it are going there because they want to be part of that story, which I get. And I think she has had a mixed time at United, and I think she did want to leave. I just think that she didn't get offered enough out of her contract. I think she might stay. I can't see Man United letting go of her, to be honest, as they've done with a few others as well, like Grace. So it's going to be an interesting year for them.
Yeah, to see what happened. Yeah, because they triggered her. Was it her 1 year extension, Nikita Paris? I think. Yeah. So they definitely want to keep her, and you would, because she's a brilliant player. Needs to be utilised more. But if Paul was on the pod, he'd tell you all about his love of Mark Skinner and.
I'm guessing that's sarcasm.
Honestly, if you ever need a laugh, Paul's kind of one-man rants on Mark Skinner they're just beautiful. It's a beauty to behold. I'll
put it on my bedtime watch tonight because I need something to fun. Laugh at.
No, it's brilliant. But yeah, because we've all said, there's something not quite right at United. Some things going on. There's been a rumour that they're already getting in a new manager for next season when Skinner's rumoured contract to be over. And you just think, okay, well, what's the point of planning it for now? Why did you extend that contract? What's going on? And the fact as well, we've kind of touched upon this before. Izzy, what do you reckon of all of the AI generated "Welcome to Manchester" just on the sides of different buildings in Manchester. Like from a social media marketing perspective, what?
they're giving, like, they're not doing themselves any favors. Like, everyone already is bitterly disappointed with them after all the news about how they're treating their players. And could you not just take the time to create a wicked asset? Like, I don't know if you guys saw the Rosa one yesterday, that day before that, I think it was, but it was just beautiful. And it was like, that is how you cause hype and excitement. You get people believing in it. An AI like generated thing that I could have done on Paint when I'm 10 years old does not excite anyone. Like, and it infuriates me so much, because they've got such good potential there of creating such they've got such characters, and they're just like waving a flag like, oh, I don't care. It almost feels like.
Yeah, and it just makes you think, especially with like all the porter cabin talk and what's going on, and because they're currently down at St George's Park. They played Durham today, and they won 3-0. So, you know, something's gone right somewhere. But you just think there's no pictures really of them in training. There's no pictures of the new signings. There was that, you know, strange one of Dominique Janssen kind of in what looked like a basement with a sticky back United logo on. You just think, poor lass, you know, she's come from Wolfsburg to be treated like that. So yeah, it will be a very telling season with United, because they've got the star power, haven't they? And they just need to utilize it. And now Grace Clinton's gone back. Rosie, do you reckon Skinner's going to actually use her to her full potential?
No.
Wonderful. Moving on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mark Skinner, isn't it? He doesn't know what he's got.
He doesn't.
Paul will tell you about that, but I can't do it.
No.
But on to Paris, I think, I don't know, she's signed a new contract, but that might just be so they can get some money out of her if they do decide to sell her.
Well, yeah, because they lost Russo on a free, didn't they? And they lost Mary Earps on a free. And you just think, they're two of the biggest players in the world. What are you doing? Again, crap business model, to be honest. But yeah, I just really wanted to share Sophie's. He's rotating like a rotisserie chicken, going very, very slowly. Maybe get someone in. I just love how everyone's like, Skinner effect with all this. And it's a thing. Emily's mentioned as well about Gemma Evans to Liverpool. Yep, I think, again, at United, she just hasn't been... When she first signed, I was like, you know, she's been kind of saved from Reading, kind of going down in the Championship. She deserves to be in the WSL. And again, she's been played out of position. And you just think she's getting all of this stick that isn't her fault. So, yeah, I'm all for a move to Liverpool. Do you think Gemma Evans is a good one to leave and get gone?
Yeah.
Good. All nods and agreement there. Perfect. Okay. Izzy, back to you then, because Arsenal have been doing some business, haven't they?
Well, about time. I have. God.
I know. It felt like you had like one person in, then it was like...
We've all been sitting here like...
anyone else? Because it went from Chloe Lacasse rumoured to be leaving to, hello, Utah Royals.
I literally cannot believe that took about 4 hours.
That was mad. That was absolutely mad. In fact, I saw her announcement for Utah Royals before I saw the thank you, Chloe.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? It's been like when Rami Allen got appointed London City Lionesses manager. I saw that before she'd left City. And I was like, how have you done that? Yeah. But yeah, Izzy, as kind of Arsenal, what do you make of your transfer window so far? Are you happy that there's some more names trickling in, shall we say?
Yeah, it's been stressful. Yeah. It's been apprehensive. It's not been the funnest, but we're getting there now. We've made some big signings, made some good signings, some needed signings. Like, I think I'm gutted about Lacasse because obviously the best chant in the WSL, let's be honest.
What's going to get stuck in our heads now? Like, what are we going to do?
But I actually think that she's going to get, I think it's the best thing for her and her career. And I think even the Arsenal setup itself, I think she's probably not been utilised enough. She probably not, it's the same that happened with Viv. Like, it was just not made for their type of play, I think. So I think they've had to make some really tough decisions, gutting decisions, because those are some fan favourites who've gone. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and we can't keep losing.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? A club like Arsenal, you'd expect, to be up in there and really, really challenging for those titles and trophies and things.
Yeah, I mean, Rosa. Oh, I'm excited about Rosa.
Yeah, because she's come from Hacken, hasn't she? So again, that quality coming through. So I reckon
she's had a long deal. So I think, at 21 as well, and being one of the top scorers in that league, like, it just shows that, like, they're putting their faith in that type of building, which I really like. It's not like a couple of years contract, I think that's good. We need that. We need some time to rebuild.
Yeah.
And score some goals.
And that's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. Are there any positions that you think you'd like to see filled a bit more before the window closes?
I'm just having a look at the transfer list now and seeing what we. I mean, I think the thing is I think that what they've done, who they've kept on, and like kind of the extensions they've made have been really good. And I can see that they're putting faith in some of the players and kind of the setups that we've had for the last couple of seasons. I mean, I think, Blackstenius was a massive one, and Laura as well was a massive one for us. I think that was really important. And I really like that. So, yeah, I think, to be honest, I think that's them going to be done. I think 30 days left.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything along the grapevine. I don't know if anyone else has. If you have, let me know, because I like the gossip.
Yeah, it's kind of given like Man City last season when it was like, one and done. We don't need anyone else. We just need
They got, Mariana will be excited for that one. That's a massive one. So
yeah, she's been brilliant.
Let's just hope they all gel now. Let's have some good training sessions.
Yeah.
I mean, no injuries. No injuries.
Yeah.
When Emily Fox came off the Olympics, I nearly cried, but she's good.
I know, honestly, as soon as you saw like a slight limp, you were like, no. You need to come back in one piece. What do you think about this one? Sean's just put in the chat. Katie Zellum going to the USA. Rosie, what do you think about this one? Was it so? Of course, we all knew, right? She needs to get out of United. She needs to leave. Did you expect a move to the US for her?
I kind of did. I mean, we've seen a trend lately of a lot of players that are, I'm not going to say old, but nearing the end of their careers, moving to the NWSL, because there are loads of opportunities there. And women's football is massive in the US, so you might as well play there while you can. And I think that's brilliant for Katie. And she wants to experience a new league and get out of United, as she said.
Yeah. I just love the fact that they did the voice note and that was it. They didn't even announce her properly. Everyone was like, yeah, that's Katie Zellum. Yeah, she's gone. And I saw a couple of being like, who is it? And everyone was like, it's Katie Zellum. How can you not know that voice? Kind of where is that coming from with that one? Russ, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, it's a bit of an it's slowing down, isn't it? And I don't quite like it with this one. Who else have I got? Oh yeah, Maren Mjelde has been confirmed. She's gone back to Norway at her club. Right, I'm going to butcher this. I'm going to try Arna Bjornar, I think, where she started her career. Chloe, do we think that's maybe coming full circle now? Maybe entering final couple of seasons, maybe, or do you think she's still got a couple of seasons in her? What do you think? She was rumoured to Crystal Palace and all sorts, wasn't she? So
yeah, I thought she'd go Crystal Palace or stay in London or around that area, or even maybe Brighton. Like I read she was going to go to Brighton with Fran, which made sense as well. But I do kind of think that it is a full circle moment. Like started at that club, end at that club. Like I think this is her slowing down a bit.
Yeah, and being a part of that kind of like next generation kind of thing. Because Lisa Evans has gone back to Glasgow FC as well, where it all began for her. So yeah, so I think the next couple of seasons are going to be a real transition period, and I don't think I'm ready. To be honest, I'm not ready to let go of a certain few players. I think that's it. Are there any other transfers? Izzy, that have either surprised you or have really stood out this season? Any other transfers for you that have kind of caught your eye?
Well, I didn't have my money on Lucy Bronze going to Chelsea, to be honest. But
me neither.
I thought she was going stateside, but I was pretty positive, and I look like a mug now. But it's been an interesting one. I've really liked some of the. I feel like the league's getting a little quite interesting. I think it's going to be a really good season. I think that's what needed to happen. There needs to be a bit more spreading out, and I think players going to play for teams that will give them minutes. I think it's really important. I think we've seen too many good players in the WSL sit on the sidelines. I think
stagnate for too long.
Yeah, I think it's been a shame that some of them are going to stateside, but it's giving the opportunity for a lot of the younger players to come through, which I'm personally quite buzzing about. I mean, I think Liverpool have been aggressively quiet, which is interesting, and Tottenham as well. So they feel pretty set. Maybe they'll have a few late burners coming out in the next 30 days because it's getting tight now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I was looking at because I'm doing a transfer tracker, and I was looking at some of the boxes, and I was like, these are empty, or they've only got one person. But again, a couple of clubs have said recently in a couple of weeks, players are announcing that they're leaving, not the club. So it's that disjointedness between, okay, well, what's the official word? Are we waiting for that? Or are we obviously take the player's word for it? But it just seems that kind of disconnect between the players and the club. So then you think, okay, well, there's something else going on. Maybe a bit deeper. And yeah, it's been really bizarre trying to keep track of everyone and where they're going as well with that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're making good time. Perfect. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about was just a bit of preseason. Exciting news, everyone. Guess what? Villa have announced a content lead. Yeah.
Is it you?
Unfortunately not. No.
Oh.
I did inquire about the job and they said it was for the men's, so I feel like they lied to me. But no, the girl sounds insulting, doesn't it? The woman, the lady, I think she's called Shannon. She's worked for, I think, Crystal Palace in the past and a couple of other clubs. So she
just did all the stuff for Blackburn as well.
There we go.
She was there before.
Right. Okay. Because I saw she tagged a couple of clubs and I was like, okay, this is good history. So we're actually going to have some updates. That's quite exciting. Because
and with Man City getting their own separate account as well, we might actually get some insights.
Honestly, it baffled me for so long that City women didn't have. They were like, yeah, like one club will share a feed, and it's like, yeah, but just give the women their own feed. It's a natural thing to do. But they have it. For anyone that missed it, City women do now have their own channels coming across. But yeah, so Villa, we've now got content, which is great. Still no trainer pictures. We've got all of them off TikTok and Instagram and things from the players. Nothing official. Villa also talking about the kits that we're going to talk about later. We've only seen the training kit from pictures from the players on TikTok. We know the home kit. We don't know away third anything, so nothing. Apparently, it's coming on. Emmy can keep this right in the chat. I want to say Friday, I think, is the away kit. I want to say Friday. It's soon, whenever it is. So we might have some more colours. That would be quite nice. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually getting some updates about life from Villa. But they have actually published today their preseason, which is what we'll look at next. So Villa are going to Marbella for a week, and they're going to face Real Betis. I always say Betis, but people say Betis as well. Everyone knows what I mean. It's fine. But they finished 11th last season in Liga FA. So that'll be an interesting test, shall we say. Now, Izzy and Rosie, Arsenal and Chelsea are off to the States. And that's very, very soon, I think, the next couple of days. Rosie, I know we've touched upon this before. You're still kind of on the fence about kind of a pre-season that far abroad, and this close to the start of the season, or?
I mean, Arsenal and Chelsea is a weird one because, firstly, I think it's great for Americans to see a local derby. I think there'll be a lot of Americans that are Arsenal or Chelsea fans, and they'll love to see that, but can't travel to the UK.
Yeah.
However, if you're going to go that far, why are you playing Arsenal? You're playing them in like however long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's on horizons. But yeah, everyone's doing these like American, Australian tours, and I mean, for Arsenal, you've done like 2 in 1 pre-season, which is madness. But I feel actually, I really hope they don't send players that have just been at the Olympics, because that's too much travel and that's so much like to do, and then you've got to get right back to training because WSL is going to start in a month. So I don't know. I think it is cool for the fans to see teams that they wouldn't normally see, but not for the players that are going to just get tired out.
Yeah, it's a hard one, because you can see, again, from like a marketing perspective, like the revenue it's going to bring for having this American tour, and kind of you might think, again, if you're in those states, oh, you know, when did they ever come over here? Let me go and see, and let me go travel. Izzy, what are your thoughts on this kind of pre-season?
I agree. I think it's long. It's like when Arsenal went off to Australia at the end of the season, like so unnecessary.
Why?
But I mean, I understand why they're doing it, and for players who are from those countries, it's quite, you know, a unique experience. And obviously, we've got a few Aussies in our team, so that makes sense. I think they're clearly doing it for marketing reasons. I agree. I hope they don't send their players who've just played. I get it. I'm not like mad about it as long as they manage it well. And sometimes I don't think they've managed it well. So.
And that's the key thing, isn't it? Like, you know, the players come first, not the money. Yeah, absolutely. Because I think I read somewhere that the Barcelona players who were in the Olympics are only getting 10 days off. And that's it. And then they're going back into training and pre-season and things like that. And you just think, they're going to be shattered. And then it's going to get to like November and they're going to be like, I can't, like I physically can't. So hopefully their team will be able to rotate and give them that time and adjust, and they won't be expected to play 90 minutes every week. But yeah, so if it's managed correctly, then hopefully it will be okay. Chloe, Everton's pre-season. Now they played against Burnley, didn't they, the other day, Burnley women, and it was a very narrow defeat, 1-0. So for those who aren't aware, Burnley are in the Northern Premier Division of the Women's National League. So, Chloe, from that kind of perspective, obviously you wouldn't expect Everton to lose against a team like that. But it's also pre-season, new relationships, new chance to see some new tactics, things like that. Can you put too much stock into pre-season, or is it literally kind of just practice runs and really scores don't really count? What do you think?
I mean, everyone's going to cool places during pre-season. You know, Marbella, America, Australia, Everton staying here. We're not moving. We're staying at Fish Farm. Woo. I mean, I always have the mantra that pre-season doesn't count. Like, for me, pre-season means absolutely nothing, because it's a chance for the players to, you know, bond, have that time together, figure out what works, what doesn't. We've had players leave, you've had new players come in. And it was, looking at the report, watching some of the videos that people posted, it was a very, very narrow defeat. Like,
yeah,
there was a lot of chances from Everton. Like, Martina had a go, Sarah Home, a lovely Marty. She got close a couple of times. Sarah Homeguard got close a couple of times. Like, it was literally just a goal. As we know, it's 1-0, almost as good as a game decided by a goal. We can add that to the quote list. It was just a goal. But no, again, for me, pre-season means literally nothing. Like, I don't bother with results pre-season, because it is more just about the team bonding, playing with each other, playing against each other, like, and figuring out what works, what doesn't, so we can be ready for the league to start, and when the actual like action begins, and we can be ready for it.
Yeah, and it's a chance to kind of like try out new tactics and things like without being judged by the fans as well, especially with the behind closed doors. Like it's a nice, easy way to kind of ease you back in and to really, to try those new things. Absolutely.
Probably the best time to lose, to be honest.
And that's the thing, get the losing out of your system, then you can win when the league starts. Izzy, just one last thing. We talked about last week kind of whether we preferred pre-season to be behind closed doors or whether to kind of have a mix. Maybe some fans can come to maybe the bigger matches, that kind of thing. What's kind of your preference? Should fans be allowed in pre-season, or is it purely for the teams to work things out?
I mean, I think it's important to have that private time to a certain degree. I think it's just a whole nother added pressure. Like, I think it wouldn't harm them in having a lot of the pre-season behind closed doors and then one game being in front, like a kind of pre-season showcase game. But I think, I get it. I think especially when there's been lots of changes within those teams, lots of different dynamics brought in and out. You don't want to go to a pre-season game and think your team's going to be absolute crap for the rest of the season and then not go to any games. Like,
yeah, exactly. And because you're still, so a lot of teams have kind of built up, maybe had like season ticket holders can come in and maybe watch. So it's like a smaller crowd, but you've still got that connection and kind of build up that fan base further. So it's, I like it. I think Leicester did that, which was quite nice. Graham said in the chat, pre-season is about formation and fitness. Scores are irrelevant. Well said, Graham. Well said for that one. The other pre-season that got me, so Newcastle again, they hosted AC Milan in the Cellar Cup. I mean, Newcastle United, newly promoted to the Championship. Yeah, we'll host AC Milan. Why not? From Serie A. Like, of course we can. Now, they did go 1-0 up, I believe. And then it went to 1-1, then it went to 2-1, then 2-2, ultimately went to penalties, and Newcastle won on penalties. They've had a cracking start to their pre-season. But did anyone see the cup? It's tiny. I felt really bad for them because there was a little trophy next to a bigger trophy, and then they went, there you go.
Here's the little one.
A teeny tiny one. And you're like, that's not fair. The men are going to get that big one. And it's because it was a double header. So again, marketing, they've done it very, very well. I was reading the match report and they said, oh, well, there was low attendances of just below 10,000. All right. Calm down. And apparently that was at kickoff. But by the end of the game, because the men's match was on at 4:00 afterwards, they'd almost doubled it. So there was about 20,000 by the end of that match. So for them, playing at St. James's Park, like having this moment and expecting those numbers, that's like Arsenal. That's Arsenal level, isn't it? Like to get these numbers in through the door. And you're just thinking, they've just come to the Championship. Like, if this is where they are now, where are they going to keep growing and growing? It shows you when you've got a club that the source of the money is questionable, but when they've got the money to actually invest in a team and you can see what money can do, it's bringing the people in, isn't it? So it's kind of, we can talk about morality in a different podcast, that's fine. For their kind of pre-season opener, I mean, a crowd of 20,000, not too bad.
I also think what they're doing though is special and people want to be a part of that. I think
exactly
they've brought in some incredible players, lots of connections to the club previously or been part of it, following it, fans of it. Yeah. And it's building something special. And I for one want to go to a game. And do you know what I mean? Like that's the atmosphere it's creating. And I think that's what it's about. It's the community element that they're nailing. So fair play to them.
Yeah, exactly. And because I was worried initially, so I'm from the Northeast originally, but I'm the Sunderland side, because they got rid of so many players that had got them to that point. And you think, okay, when you get to Championship level, you might have a bit of a clear out, but it felt like a lot of those players were kind of shufted out. And they were getting in these bigger names like your Demi Stokes, like your Rachel Furness, and your Deanna Cooper, like all of these names coming in. But it seems like, again, they've all really wanted to go for the club, at least what their statements have said. They want to, you know, be a part of something. And Demi Stokes went in straight away as captain as well. So it's kind of showing that leadership that maybe at Man City she wasn't going to get that chance, kind of the way the club is now, the way she is, and just kind of, again, not fitting that mold anymore. So yeah, going there's a new opportunity for her, really, isn't it? For that one. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm buzzing for this new season because Sunderland have announced they're going to have, I believe, 5 games at Stadium of Light, and of course the derby is one of them. So that's in October, and I will be going. I'm going to drag my dad with us, and we're going to have a great time at the Stadium of Light with that one. Who else do I want to talk about? Talked about that. Portsmouth women seem to have having a really good preseason as well. They won against, I think it was Bournemouth last week when we were on the pod. And next they're going to face Chelsea under 21s as well. So good luck to them. Hope it goes well. Okay. The Women's National League starts this weekend. And I'm very excited because look at all of this football that's going to come back to our screens. I say screens, it's probably not shown anywhere because, you know, FA player. However, so these are in the Northern Premier Division and the Southern Premier Division as well. So my closest one is this one here, Nottingham Forest, with where I am at the moment. And I'm also going to try and get to a Lincoln City game on Sunday as well, if I can manage it. Because I realised their ground is about 20 minutes away, and I did not know, because information is so hard to bloody get the further you go down the football pyramid. However, Izzy, we were chatting about kind of the clubs that you support as well. And you said AFC Wimbledon, didn't you?
The real Dons.
Now, they host podcast favourite Lewis this weekend. Now, how do you think your team's going to get on against our Lewis?
I'm scared, but I'm backing us. I'm going down to the game, so I'll let you know firsthand how it is. But yeah, I think they've done incredibly well. I think it's going to be quite an interesting step up for them. Excited to see how it goes. I think AFC is all about a community club, so I mean, we've never had the funds to be able to do that, because we are a community club. So let's just hope that everyone goes out and supports the women enough to build them up themselves, so we can do better and score more goals. And I love the AFC. It's my big passion club. If any of you from Milton Keynes, don't talk to me. I'm joking.
Yeah, goes for the only Dons, is he? No franchise allowed. It is, I think, again, I say smaller clubs, but they need the community to really rally around them, don't they? Because, like I just said, unless you know where to look, it's really hard to find that information about the grounds. So I said about Lincoln City there. There's Lincoln City and Lincoln United together in the league for the first time, which is really cool. Can't find anything about the actual team, can't find anything about the ground. Tickets, I think they were like, tickets information coming shortly. Nothing. So I will be keeping an eye out for that one to see what, if I can actually go and what the deal is. But yeah, you just think if only some things were more easily found, what a difference that could make for this one. Now we're coming to the end. We've made cracking time. I know I said that previously, but we still are. Now, one last thing before we talk about our favourite football shirts of the season. The PFA have announced their nominees. Right, so we've got Players Player of the Year on the top here, and we've got Young Player of the Year as well. So Players Player nominees, we've got Erin Cuthbert, Bunny Shaw, Lauren Hemp, Lauren James, Niamh Charles, and Yui Hasegawa. Okay. For Young Player, we've got Aggie Beaver-Jones, Grace Clinton, Lauren James, Kiara Keating, Myla Tessier, and Jess Park. And a couple of people online were very much like, well, it's mainly City and Chelsea. All of these players.
A lot of blue.
There's a reason for that.
Oh,
She comes.
hey, you're supposed to be saying thank you, all right?
What league is he? I forgot. Can you remind me?
What? You cut out, sorry.
Was it Chelsea the one in the league?
Hey, you're welcome, all right? You're welcome, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Thanks, Dean Blackstenius. I will say that.
Stina Blackstenius, our Emma. She just, yeah. So I'm forgiving her for scoring against Villa. Now, if we have a look at these players then, because a lot of people are saying, oh, there's no Arsenal youth in here. A lot of these players have been around for a long time now. And I think because they're still so young, but they have been around, people are like, how are they still a young player? Like, how do they still qualify for this? Because it feels like Lauren James has been around for forever in this case. Now, Rosie, not saying that I can predict what you're going to say and who you're going to vote for, but if we all have a little look at those nominations, and again in the chat, if you want to put in there as well, get involved. If we look at Players Player first, Rosie, who do you think should get Players Player, or who you think the players are going to vote for? Who's going to get that lid?
Unbiased, I'm going to say Bonnie Shaw, because undoubtedly she was the best player in the WSL last season. And I know that that's shocking to hear from me. If I'm being biased, I'd go for Aaron Cuthbert.
Especially because I thought you started that with, I'm biased, so I'm going to go for Bunny Shaw. And I was like, that's the wrong definition. Okay, so unbiased, you're going to go Bunny. Biased, you're going to go Aaron Cuthbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Chloe, who are you going to go for Players Player?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Erin. I just think she's been absolutely phenomenal this season, and like I love watching her play. It's got to be Erin.
It's got to be Erin. Izzy, who do you think Players Player?
I have to say Bonnie, to be honest. Just what goal scorer and what celebrations as well. So fair.
She's just on another level, isn't she? She's something else. Is Bunny Shaw? In the chat we've got Neve and Erin getting the recognition they deserve. Ebony's gone for Bunny as well. Yeah, just outstanding. Can't knock her. But yeah, I would. Oh, I don't know. Who am I going to go for? I might go Erin. Purely because as soon as she steps onto the pitch, you can feel that difference. You can see what she brings. So so I'm going to go Aaron Cuthbert as well. Okay, Young Player of the Year then. From those options, Rosie, will come back to you again. I can probably guess, but who are you going to say, Rosie?
I'm going to say Aggie Weaver-Jones, and it's between Aggie and Lauren, and that's not me being a Chelsea fan, because I know what you're going to say. Between Aggie and Lauren. And if you look at their stats, they're really similar, but Aggie had fewer starts. And I think it's so impressive to be on a very similar level to someone that started. I think Lauren started 22 games out of the season. I'm recording these off my head, and then Aggie started way less. And she just made such an impact. And she was such an important player. And you watch her and you go, what? Sorry, where's she been?
Yeah, because how are you doing this when you're so young? Yeah,
this season she's really come into her own at Chelsea. Because before she was unknown, and it's like, where did she come from?
Just that meme of Nikki Graham, like, who is she? Where did she come from? Because just come out of the blue for that one. Yeah, absolutely. Chloe, who do you think? Young player.
See, for me, it's between Aggie and Jess. Like, I just think Jess Parker's really underrated. Like, I think she's insane. Like, I've loved watching her the past couple of seasons, and I just think she's grown from like strength to strength as a player, but also as a person. Like, she seems much more confident as a person now. Just like interviews and stuff, but also Aggie's just had an absolutely insane season, and she's just incredible.
Okay, so if you had to flip a coin, Aggie or Jess, who's it? Are you going to go for? You can choose one.
Probably Aggie.
Aggie, because I mean Graham's going to lead us in this. If it's Aggie, what we're going to end with?
Oi.
Oi. Oh, use this. Oi. There we go. Finished it off for you. Izzy, who do you think Young Player of the Year?
I think this is the toughest. I think this is way tougher than the Player of the Season, to be honest. I think all these youngsters have done incredibly well. I mean, Keating, I think, has stepped up a lot for City. I think she deserves a massive shout out to be the number one keeper.
Definitely.
Against that league as well. The goal scorers in this league are pretty much next level. I mean, she does have some of the best ones in her side, so that helps. But yeah, I think Jess as well and Aggie. I mean, it's as an English fan, it is one hell of an exciting time, that is for sure.
I know, I can't. It's one of them where you look at all of the nominees for both of those and you go, I'd be happy with any of them. Like they've all done something to deserve it. Young Player.
I mean, and Grace as well. Like,
and what Grace has done. Yeah, good. I hope going back to United that Grace gets the time that she deserves. I think for me it's gonna have to be between Jess and Aggie as well for Young Player. Oh, I can't wait at all for these results to come out. Perfect. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about, and thank you to everyone in the chat who's put their opinions as well, and I will bring them up. We asked everyone to think about, with most kits, Villa not included, being released, what is the favourite shirt that you've seen from the 24-25 season? But the caveat was it can't belong to your club. It has to be someone else's. So if you could pinch a shirt from a different club, not because you've gone to a stadium and brought the wrong kit, but if you could nick a shirt, whose would you choose? So Chloe, we're going to start with you. Which shirt have you chosen?
See, there's been a couple that I've really, really liked. Like, I love Brighton's away kit with the yellow with the stripes. Like, I'm a big fan of the yellow kit, and I really like that one. I love Chelsea's third one with the black and the pink. Like, I think that one just looks amazing. But I think my favourite that I have to go with is the Arsenal third kit that was just released the other day. You know, like the purpley kind of bluey one. Like, it's just so nice.
I do. I really like that one. Sophie just put in the chat what she sent to me the other day. It looks like Sully from Monsters Inc. Yeah, absolutely. And it also looks like, again, showing my age here. Do you remember when you used to play on PowerPoint and you used to do the gradients? That's in my head what that third kit looks like, and I love it.
If it's familiar, then you know it's doing something right.
Exactly. Now, Izzy, as an Arsenal fan, what do you think about the Lynx Africa kit? What would you think?
Wow. It's not my cup of tea, but I like that they're trying.
People talking.
I mean, we will always be a meme central, won't we? Let's be honest. So at least we're embracing that to the next level now with the Lynx Africa and the Sully memes everywhere. That's all I see. But at least people are talking about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So apart from asking you about Arsenal's kit, what kind of kit is he, or which team's kit has caught your eye that you wish was your club's?
Kind of pains me to say it, but probably Chelsea's home kit. I really like it personally.
Rosie's face. Hello.
Most people don't seem to like it.
I like it, but maybe it's because it's not my club,
It's just like the marble. I mean, clearly I like a marble kit, but it's like the marble flame effect. It looks really cool. It doesn't look real, the Chelsea shirt. It just doesn't.
You're just a bit Fanta for me.
I feel like I need to see it in person. I think lots of these photos look very pretty. Like I really like. I think it's Villa's as well, which looks like quite sleek in the photos. And I'm like, do I believe that this is what it really looks like until I go see it? So I think that's been a bit of a tough one. But Arsenal's third kit, can I just say, is also the Sportess's branding. So I have a personal affiliation with it. And I have ordered it. It is coming my way. And I'm obsessed with it. So I'm doubling down on what Chloe said.
I love it. Yeah, and Sean in the chat as well. As much as I paid to say it, but the Arsenal third kit, yeah, it is really pretty. Emily in the chat said, yeah, Chelsea's home shirt. In it, yeah, there's a lot of home shirts going on in there. Anyone else? Graham said, I know I can't choose Charlton, but the home and away kits are both really nice. Graham, you can't choose your own, okay? You're choosing someone else's. But yeah, there has been some lovely kits. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Villa home kit at the minute. I think a lot of Arsenal kits across all of the leagues have had a little something and a cool little something different. It doesn't look like it has anything. It looks just very, your colours are claret and blue. There's your claret and blue. That's it. There's not much imagination in it, so I'm gonna have to see it in person. But I'm hoping that the away and the third are a bit more something special, I think. But yeah, at the minute the home's just not kind of doing it for us. But yeah, so that's why I've worn this one tonight because it's my favourite from last season, just to be in with it. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen these other ones. I have a little list. What do we think of United's third kit? Have we seen that one? The white with the black and the red stripe?
Yeah. I saw the jacket, and the jacket looked quite nice, to be fair.
Yeah, I think because I always see like those United flags with the stripes. So to incorporate that into the kit, I thought that was quite cool. What other one? Juventus, right? I don't know if anyone's seen the Juventus kits. Their away kit looks like a sherbet lemon, and it looks phenomenal. And their third kit doesn't even look like a kit. So again, if you haven't seen it, please go have a look. It's like a navy polo shirt with like a gold embroidered crest, and it just looks like you could just wear it out. It just looks like so cool and so classy. Might buy it. Not Juventus fan, but I might buy it. Crystal Palace, their home shirt, looks like retro Tekken at its finest.
Yeah.
Like, I really fancy it. Yeah, so they've done really well. And Sunderland earlier teased what did they tweet it as? A tribute to our heritage with a little bit of fabric. So they're going to be releasing something else tomorrow, which sounds really, really cool. Indeed. Yeah, frantic Google searches going on now. Yes, absolutely. Sophie's put in the chat. Yeah, Ajax's away our third kit. I love it, but it's truly ugly. It's I don't know if anyone's seen it on here, but it's like a camouflage, but like a bit of a moldy camouflage. It's really hard to describe, but it's a little something different. It's a little something extra. And I think that's what I quite like about a kit, like something that's really different from what it is. It's a shame Juventus have the worst club badge ever. Yeah, it's just a letter J, really, isn't it? It's not really a badge. More like a letter. It's just when they changed it, I was like, oh, what are they changing it for? It's not
the new home shirt. Your new shirt, is it?
I'm so annoyed that's Arsenal's kit. I've had this Sully since I was like 3 years old. My favourite character ever, and I've not always wanted a Sully kit. That's quite a niche thing to always want. My Sully bracelet, and then Arsenal stole my idea.
Well, come join us. You know where we're at.
I was going to say secret Arsenal fan over here, Rosie.
He's blue.
He's Arsenal. That's what he is.
He's not.
Come on, you get us.
Blue and purple.
We're taking you one Sully at a time.
Always watching.
To be fair, we did a poll on the Sportess about it, and most people said Palace, Villa, Brighton came up quite a lot as well. To be fair, yeah, those are the top three, which was quite interesting.
Okay, I'm just loving the Sully parrot that you've got going on, Rosie.
Trying to balance him.
So we've got to screenshot this and say that you're now an Arsenal fan.
No.
Put that one out.
Oh. I love it. If you'd put like his arm around your neck, it's like he's just filling out. He's going for it. Oh, I love it. Brilliant. Now, any other shirts that kind of come to mind, or they're the best ones, do we think? So far, at least. Because we haven't had all of them. They're the best ones?
What's the best goalie kit everyone's seen? I'm interested.
Ooh.
I really like the Arsenal pink one, like the away one. I think that's quite cool and quite quirky. I'm quite a big fan of that one.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, is Bristol's quite cool this season? Is it the Bristol one I'm thinking of? Let's have a look. I think it's a bit.
Everyone's doing a little search.
I know, gotta do it. Bristol City goalkeeper.
Well, this kit is groovy. Actually, I haven't actually seen.
Yeah, it reminds us a bit of San Diego Wave, to be honest. It's very. Again, apologies for copyright, but yeah, this is the Bristol one I'm thinking of. Wait, it doesn't like it with the background.
Oh yeah.
So it looks really cool. Like lots of little rainbows or watermelons. I quite like it. There's also the away goalkeeper top is the same, but pink and purple. That's quite cool. If anyone can ever see that, it's jazzy. I just love a bit of a jazzy kit, to be honest, with that one. Because Chloe, Everton's is quite cool this season, isn't it? With a little pattern.
Yeah, it is. Although I said that, well, I said this to you actually, that I think our away keeper kit looks a little bit like a seating chart, and I don't know whether that is like a nod to the Goodison seats, because so last season at Goodison for the men, whether it's just a nod to them and like the seats there, but it just looks like one of those maps when you buy tickets for stuff and it says you've got to pick your own seats and the dots, so you pick.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what Chloe's gone on about, looks like this. You've got all your dots. Oh no, the green screen, it's not working. But yeah, it's exactly that. It's like this seat is available, this seat is not available for that one. So Izzy, I felt like that was a bit of a loaded question. Have you seen a good goalkeeper kit that you like?
Well, no, because I was actually just having a look. I mean, I like the AFC one, but that was a separate. That was why I was thinking of it, because I like to look down the lines. But yeah, I was wondering, because as a goalie, I feel like I need to get better at wearing and repping the goalkeeper shirts.
Yeah, I think more goalkeeper shirts for that one. Not the Villa one though, because it's got a weird red triangle on the boob. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it's just black with just like this weird red triangle, and it's like, why why is this a thing? What's going on?
Have they changed their kit supplier now?
Adidas Villa.
Yeah, because was it Castor Row before Castor?
Yeah, I've never said it out loud, so in my head it was always K-Store, but Castor works. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, me and my dyslexic brain will just go on with whatever.
But that one, yeah, it was that one.
Nice, tight, waterproof one.
God, that was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. So hopefully, but that kind of seemed to fizzle off, that story. After a few matches, I don't quite know what happened. But yeah, hopefully no more. Hopefully no
good
more.
PR.
Gosh, yeah. It was just when we looked at it and went, oh no, this is not the way women's football is meant to be represented. Thank you very much with that one. Emily said apparently Tottenham have a lovely yellow goalkeeper shirt. I haven't actually seen the Tottenham one. We'll have to have a look for it. But yeah, no, more goalkeeper shirts. That's what we need to do.
I mean, I can never wear a Tottenham shirt, so soz. But yeah, I'll have a look.
I'm with you on that one too.
Yeah, we can be. Finally, we've agreed on something, Rosie. How nice.
It's only taken an hour and 34 minutes, but we got there. Yeah, it's really annoying when you look at, because like the Newcastle away kit, I'd never buy it, but the colours look really nice together. It's like a lovely navy and a maroon, and you're just like, yeah. And then you realise it's Newcastle, and you're like, no. That's why I could never get a Juventus home kit, because it's black and white stripes, and I can't do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I would like to go back to one comment that I didn't put in the chat at the time, but has made me laugh, and I think is the best one to end the podcast on. Emma Harvey Ward. She delights us with her presence every week, and usually gets many things wrong, and it's hilarious. Autocorrect has done her dirty this evening. Fiesta Little John. It's just proper got me. Fiesta Little John for the canoe slalom. So Fiesta, Katie, and Millie, all going for it in that canoe slalom.
Well, gets me paid.
Emma, star of the show. And she's off. I love it. So a couple of weeks ago, Izzy, we had a quiz, and it was for Chloe's birthday. So it's everything that happened in the year 2000. And I'd said, who won the women's Wimbledon singles? And Emma put Judy Murray. And it just kind of snowballed from there.
I can see where she's going with that, though. That's not as bad as Fiesta, but but hilarious.
Yeah, Judy, Fiesta, Donna, and Kebab. They're all just living together in a great little world, and we're just living in it. We're just living in it. But Emma, we do love you. We do. You make it so worthwhile, this podcast. Now, but yeah, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for getting involved. We absolutely love it. And that has brought us to the end. We've gone through everything. So I'm really impressed with us, guys. Well done. So thank you everyone for watching. So let's do socials before I forget. So if you've enjoyed it, remember, we're not just here on a Wednesday. We are on a Monday for the Premier League and Thursday for the Lower League pod as well. So if you would like to follow, subscribe, share, love, whatever you need to do to keep up with our updates, then you can do so here. So on Twitter or X, we are at Absolute Ball Pod. YouTube at Absolute Football Podcast. Twitch, again, Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, because we're cool, at Absolute Football Pod. Instagram and Threads, we're Absolute Football Podcast with an underscore. And Facebook, we are the Absolute Football Podcast. So that's the podcast in itself. But thank you to the lovely team that have joined me this evening. Chloe, thank you very much. If people would like to see more of you, where can they do so?
So I am on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at ChloeBear529.
Perfect. Thank you. And Rosie, thank you very much. Where can people find you if they want to?
Find me and Sally on TikTok at rosiedawson.14 and Instagram, and then Twitter is rosiedawson_14, because they don't allow dots and it annoys me every time. But it's different.
Yeah, there. It's like, I want to follow her, but I can't remember if it's a dot or a dot. She's a Rosie someone. I'll find her from somewhere.
You have to work for it to follow the Rosie.
Exactly. You've got to really want to do it. No, don't find her. And Izzy, thank you so much for joining us. We weren't too scary in the end, were we?
No.
No. All right.
Didn't wrestle too much.
But yeah, the door is always open if you would ever like to come back with us, because we really enjoyed it. And if people want to find more of you and about the Sportess, where can they find you?
So we're the Sportess, on all channels, and then I'm Izzy.Imlach on TikTok. Another dot.
With a dot. A capital dot. And if you would like to see more of me, I'm at Freya Writes across all socials, or you can find me talking more about Villa at the whole 115 yards. So thank you very much as always. So thank you to everyone in the chat, thank you to everyone watching, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.